This is Andi Purewal for Boxing News. I'm joined by Amir Khan here in Saudi Arabia. Amir, how you doing? How you finding this heat?
Yeah, yeah, the heat's not that bad. I spend a lot of time in Dubai, so it's quite similar. Maybe a little bit more warmer than it is in Dubai, but it's capable. I deal with it quite well.
Amir, obviously, every time I catch up with you, it's good to kind of get an understanding of how you're finding life away from the ring. How's
It's
life been
nice.
treating you?
I'm enjoying it, honestly. I get calls here and there from a different company saying, "Would you do like a fight out like against some social media guy and all that, and some influencer?" But I'm not really interested in that. Just keeping myself busy, just enjoying being a boxing fan now, coming to events like this and just sitting there and whereas normally I'll be at the press conference, I'll be doing the press conference, or I was always my career was always in lights from day dot, and from here to Vegas to all over the Saudi fights. I did fights in Vegas, America. I mean, you name it, LA, everywhere. So it's just nice now to sit back and enjoy that. You know what I mean? Enjoy it all now. Not be bothered too much, but still, I guess a bit crazy for me because you're doing a lot of press meet or meeting people or taking pictures with people. But it's just nice to know that you've not got that fight, the next day fight pressure. Like when you're at a press conference, normally I used to be like, oh, whoa, I'm gonna be fighting tomorrow. I have to be gone. I need to rest. Whereas now I'm like, I can do whatever I want. It's quite nice.
Um, Amir, obviously, I know you said about you obviously enjoying that time away. You've had a successful career. You've earned, I'd imagine, a good sum of money, so you don't need to worry about returning to the ring. But are you ruling it out completely, or if there was a significant offer on the table?
Look, we all prize fighters, and there's money there's so much money that can probably bring you back. There is a amount that can always bring you back. But the thing is, look, for me to come back and the right dancing partner, plus I need to know that I have it still in me. So I'm gonna have to go to the gym and train, have a few sessions first, and see how I feel, and see if I still have it in me. Cause then I'm just gonna make a fool of myself. I mean, so really, I'll have to do that first. Then I'll have to see if the purse is gonna be worth me getting out of bed and doing that. So really, look, it's something I'll look at, but it's something. It's not something that I need to do, or I'm thinking of doing.
I mean, the reason why the world's media, yourself, a number of ex-pros are here in Saudi Arabia is the big one, Saturday night, Fury-Usyk. You've shared a ring with many greats. You've been in those big events yourself. How big does this feel in comparison to what you went through?
Um, yeah, it's big. It's a massive fight. Like on paper, it's a big fight. Yeah. I think still Saudi still are getting better and better at and improving on their with their events and the way things are here, and getting more people over here. I was watching Turkey Sheikh's Instagram post when he posted a load of guys from England are flying over on the plane and all cheering Fury, and so it just shows that now a lot more people are starting to come to Saudi Arabia. I just think that'll take a bit of time. Other than that, look, I fought in Vegas, I fought all over the world, and for me, America was just something special. Fighting over there. I mean, Vegas, when your name's lit, MGM Grand, the biggest hotel. I mean, the hotel where most of the fights have happened. I mean, I had my whole picture on the top of the hotel. I mean, look at that, bro. That's something that you think, wow, and this is a time when this was a time where they had so many superstars in America who want to fight in Vegas, or who are fighting in Vegas, but they had one of my pictures up there with Canelo. Whereas here, at the moment, they need superstars to come here. And that's why they're throwing a lot of money to it. But still, I think it is. I think it's still like about 5 years away or 10 years away from having crowds and crowds and making it like a Vegas or like a show in Manchester or Wembley Arena. We still need that feel.
Amir, you mentioned kind of having your name up in the bright lights, your picture plastered across the MGM.
Check it.
You was in the spotlight as soon as you came into professional or amateur boxing rather, and your accomplishments in the Olympics. Do you ever kind of have to look back and that's when you appreciate in the moment? Was it difficult to appreciate it because you always had that spotlight on you?
Yeah, you know what? It was hard. It was never easy. It was always that pressure, and always people, you know, especially like I was always that type of person that people would just love to give their two pence worth. And say, I'm here to do this. I'm here to do that. And sometimes it'll get too much. I'll be like, oh, what do I do? So, But as I got older, I started to get more wiser and I started to do things myself. Um, but yeah, look, I'm glad the way my career went. I'm very happy. Honestly, like maybe I needed that at the start of my career. I needed people to help me, support me, tell me what to do, because I was still inexperienced. As I got older, then I got wiser and I got smart, and I thought, you know what, now I can do it all myself.
Amir, let's bring this back to Tyson Fury, Alexander Usyk. It's a fight which has divided opinion. Which
But
side of
it's a
the
hard
fence are
fight.
you sitting?
Look, it's a hard fight to call because the more I'm talking about the fight, every day I'm thinking I'm changing sides. But look, I'm always gonna support Tyson Fury because in my opinion he is the best and he's the lineal champion. He's the best fighter in the heavyweight division. But the thing is, Usyk, he wouldn't have taken this fight if he didn't think he was gonna win. He's a tough man. He's got great experience. I mean, look, he's a solid all-round fighter with a lot of power, and a lot of people say, "Oh yeah, he's coming up from like was it cruiserweight?" But I mean, he's still knocking people out or putting people down or hurting people. He's look at the power. He's come up with him. He's a hard-working guy. Let's just hope that Fury doesn't take his eye off the game. I think make one mistake in this fight, I think you'll have to pay. And you don't want someone like Usyk in front of you and having him to hit you, after you make a mistake. So Usyk, I think, is very confident that he can win this fight. But I think Tyson has to be, which I think he is focused. I think he's on the game, he's on the ball. I think he has to be one step ahead in this fight and not even give him a chance. Just go in there and destroy Usyk, which he normally wants to, which he said he's going to do. He doesn't need to waste time because, like I said, the longer you leave it, or the more time you waste in a fight like this, when when you got two top fighters, anything can happen.
Obviously, there's been a lot of talk about the reason why the fight was originally delayed. The cut above Tyson's eye seemed to have healed up quite well, but Alexander Usyk, a very precise, accurate puncher. Do you think it's something he's going to look to target, try and get it to open up and make him feel uncomfortable during the fight?
Look, these fighters like Usyk, they're gonna go for those parts, those those injuries that he's had in the past, or them cuts he's had. He's gonna target them definitely, and he's gonna go for those areas on the face or the body. I mean, that's what makes them so good. They're so precise, and the punch counting so well. They know how to where to hit the shot. So look, he's gonna work on every little advantage he can get in this fight. Like if he thinks that's an advantage for him to catch him on the eye and to damage his eye more because it's already not as strong as it was before and he's had a cut there before, which is going to be quite weak, he's going to do that, and I think he will do that. But I think Usyk overall is going to be, he's going to have ticked all the boxes if he's going to go into a fight like this against Tyson Fury. You can't just walk in this fight against Tyson Fury and think that I'm going to win because I'm just a younger fighter and a fresher fighter. No, you need to tick all the boxes. You need to make sure you do everything in this fight, and you have to make sure that you can't make a mistake. Your game plan has to be solid.
Towards the back end of your career, Amir, you shared the ring with one of the best southpaws in boxing in Terence Crawford. Obviously, he's a fantastic switch hitter at that as well. But how difficult, or how would you kind of explain the difficulties of trying to fight a southpaw? Because obviously that's something Tyson has to overcome in Alexander Usyk on Saturday night.
I've always had a good success against southpaws, from the amateurs and then from in the pros. I think he was the only southpaw I lost to in the pro ranks. But look, I think I don't know how Tyson's going to cope with the southpaw. Look, he's had enough time to train for this fight. It's going on for like a year, you know what I mean? So I'm sure he knows him inside out, and he's even thought about it and dreamt about this fight. So I'm sure he's going to be ready for whatever Usyk brings. If Usyk wants to switch, he'll be ready for that. If Usyk is going to stay southpaw, I think he'll be ready for that. Look, with Tyson Fury, I think he's fought many. I think he's fought a southpaw before.
Otto Wallin.
Yes, so he did really well against him. A lot of people expected him to do better, but obviously he still got the win comfortably as well. But look, and he got the cut then as well in that fight as well. So, yeah, but look, I know we're thinking deep now, aren't we? We're all thinking, oh, you know what, things can go wrong here. But I don't know, I don't think so. I just think that we're thinking too much. I think Tyson will make easy work at this. It's going to be a hard fight, yeah, but maybe we're all just thinking too much how hard will this fight be. So I think let them just get in the ring. We're only days away now from the fight, and let the best man win. And look, they're both gonna come to fight. They're gonna fight out of their skin. This is a massive fight for them both, and not only for them but for their country and for their legacy. And they want to stay. After it's 25 years since last time we had a fight like this with Holyfield and Lewis. This is another one, man. 25 years later. So if they can, I'm sure. Look, there might have to be a rematch. It might be a draw. Has anyone even said it's going to be a draw? It could be a draw.
A lot of people are trying to sit on the
really?
fence, yeah.
Yeah, so a lot of people could say that it could be a draw because no one said that. Look, I can't see no one getting knocked out. Nah, I don't think Fury has the power yet to knock out Usyk, and Usyk takes a good shot, and Usyk doesn't have the power to knock out Fury. So I think it will go the distance because they're both technicians. I just feel that Fury is just that little 2-3 steps ahead when it comes to size, speed, footwork. Well, no, I take that back. Footwork, obviously, Alexander's got amazing footwork, and weight. I think just the weight he has over.
Amir, just whilst I've got you a few thoughts, I want to get your thoughts on. Taylor-Catterall Shaker said he wants to try and make two of your past opponents fight. Be a bit of a weight disparity at this moment in time, but Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez, a man who shared ring with both. What would you make of that fight? How would you rate?
I wouldn't
Crawford's
want
chances?
Canelo to take. I mean, not Canelo. Sorry,
Crawford.
Crawford. I wouldn't want Crawford to go into a hard fight like that because look, at the end of the day, the guy is the best pound for pound fighter in the world. He's an amazing fighter. Why does he need to give away so much weight? And I know what it's like giving away so much weight. It's not worth it. Look, he's got a great career. He's got a family. I mean, look, Canelo has got that power that he can knock you out basically. Now, look, when I fought him at his peak of his career when he was the best, when he was at the best of his career. In my opinion, I think when I fought him, I think he's declined a lot since then. But both fighters are getting older, even Crawford. So power's always going to be with you. You know what I mean? And he can still hurt a smaller man. So I wouldn't want him to take that fight. But if he is, it's up to him. And if he's getting paid big money, then why not? I mean, look, when I fought him, I got paid just around 10 million. And I was like thinking, might as well, because, for me, the way I looked at it was, I'm fighting a bigger guy. Yeah, there's a lot of risk to it. But at the same time, more than the risk, I normally would have to fight 3 or 4 times to make that kind of money. Do you get what I mean? 3 times I have to make to fight. No matter, that's 3 hard training camps. That's 3 times taking punches as punishment. That's 3 times being away from your family and your kids. So it's hard. So maybe just doing it for that one big paycheck and calling it a day. So, which I don't blame him to do. Don't blame Crawford doing as well. But like I said, you have to respect weight divisions.
Just quickly, Amir, next weekend, Josh Taylor, Taylor-Catterall. What's your thoughts on their rematch?
Good fight. I think Catterall, in my opinion, would take this fight this time. I think he's the more fresher fighter from the two. I think Taylor's been in a few wars, but he's beaten some great fighters. Don't get me wrong, he's a brilliant fighter. There's always a timing, I think just that timing maybe has passed for Taylor. Back in the day, I think all day long Taylor. But I just feel that he's getting older now, where he's got the younger. There must be like a 3-4 year age gap difference. Yeah. So I think the younger man in Catterall, who looked really good in the first fight as well, he's going to come in this fight more confident, wanting to win. Thought he won the last fight as well. So I think Catterall will probably win that fight. It'll probably go the distance. I think he'll win it on a unanimous.
Deontay Wilder, Zhang back here on June the 1st.
Oh yeah, that's a good fight. I got Zhang winning that fight. I think his days are over now. I like the guy. He's a friend of mine, and when you need to, there comes a time when you should call it a day. I think that's his time now. He's had a lot of hard fights, man. And he's beaten some great fights, but still, all them hard training camps and everything else. And I think, he needs to chill out now. And them two fights against Fury, I think, destroyed him. Took a lot out of him that I could see. And then the fight against his last fight against the Australian Joseph Parker. And a lot of people thought Wilder was going to walk right through him. So it shows to me that Wilder maybe needs to call it a day. But against Zhang's a dangerous guy, man.
Final one, Amir. Obviously, Ryan Garcia is out here at this moment in time. He's got his own issues outside of the ring, which he's battling, and we saw some failed VADA tests for Ostarine. Happened to
Yeah,
be what
same,
showed up
same,
with
same,
yourself.
fight.
Yeah, I was going to get your thoughts on that and how you think it may have, and if it's all ended up to be true, and his appeal process doesn't work
So
out in his
I did a little
favour.
bit of research on this Austrian. It's a female drug, right? So the man that was in my body, even VADA, and when it was in courts, when I went to the hearing, they said it was not going to affect you. It was not. It wasn't going to make you any stronger. It was going to make you any faster, or plus I didn't shed weight. I looked probably the worst in my whole career in that fight. Anyway, I mean, I could have put the muscle on. You know, maybe that's because of the age. And I just didn't feel like myself. So I don't know how that had got in my system. I don't know, man. I mean, look, I just said to him that, look, make sure you get a good lawyer and make sure you speak the truth.
Have you spoken to him
Yeah,
about it?
yeah, I was on the plane with him.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I said to him, just run back all the vitamins you've been taking, because you know what, I take my vitamins, I get my cooks or whatever, and then I'll just throw them away or whatever, and I want to do a new cycle again. So I just feel that you have to keep all that record of what you've been taking. So I told him, get a record of everything you've taken, and they'll have to check it all, because you don't know what it might be. Even it could be from like a blender. You know, if you shared a blender with someone, it could be from that. It could be from sleeping with a girl. It could be from that as well. So, you know, and it is a female drug. So, look, I said to him, I go, you just have to think back, because the great win he had against Devin Haney, I don't want that to be tarnished, because he boxed out with skin in that game, and what a great fighter he is. And, you know, after we having that conversation, I did feel sorry for him, because I just didn't know what route he's going to go. He didn't know himself where his life's going to go.
I don't want to cut you off, but what did he say to you? Because obviously when he's spoken to the media, he's been kind of, his character's changed a lot over the last 6 months or so in the build-up to the Devin Haney fight. We've seen a side to Ryan Garcia we haven't been used to, so
you know what
a lot of people don't know what to take for.
We've seen a side that he's in a position where he's like, I don't give a fuck, like, leave me alone. And he feels that people are just after him. Honestly, like, he's an outspoken guy. He's a guy that he's not scared of saying what he thinks is right. And basically, look, he's been talking about Palestine. He's been talking about the innocent children getting killed. He's been talking about loads of stuff. You know what I mean? And he's not scared of that. Respect to him, but like I said, sometimes you have to be quiet, you know, because yeah, and he feels that he's being watched all the time, and now people are putting him down, and they're trying to ruin his career. And he goes, he's never taken anything, which I believe. I don't think he is that type of fighter, but he feels that it's been planting on him, but he knows he's a clean fighter. So obviously, I was like, look, just get a good lawyer, and hopefully you get this fixed, because we want to see you back in action again. Because being a world champion now, and I'm sure you want to defend it, and Saudi Arabia is looking for, like, he's here in Saudi Arabia for a reason. Maybe he wants to fight here one day. So it's your time now, champ. So make sure you fix that.
Amir, thank you for your time. Enjoy the rest of this week and enjoy fight night. And
Thank you very much, man. I appreciate it, bro.